Hey guys, it's Kimberly. Welcome back to the channel. I have a lunar phase reading for you. So what the heck is that? I know you guys are asking. So I'm doing this because I put a special up on my website and I thought it would be a good time of year to do this. I usually do a special once a quarter. So this is a reading special and I'm calling it a lunar phase special because it's in between the new moon in Libra and the full moon in Aries. So you can book this right through October 10th. I think the full moon is October 13th, but I'll be away for a couple days. So again, you can book between now and October 10th on the website, spiritualmaterialgirl.com. The point of this is to check in on what you're manifesting at this time, what your intentions are, how you're doing with manifestations, and how I can help you clarify things, work through any situations that might be mucky or need some clarity. This is also going to take a look at your overall direction and the trajectory that you're on, where you're heading as you move into the new year. So we're really going to take a look at the last quarter of the year. We're also going to look energetically at how you're aligning with what's happening cosmically. I don't need your natal chart to do that. I do it energetically. So I know some readers, you work with astrologists and astrological readers, and they'll look deeply at your natal chart to figure all of that out. I just do it really intuitively, energetically. So check that out. It's up on my website. I just figured to give you guys a taste of that, I would do a collective reading in the same vein. So that's what this is. So we're going to look at collective energies between the new moon and the full moon, as well as how far we've come, how we're doing collectively, and where we're going into 2020. So this is going to be a little bit a little bit of prediction energy for the new year, as well as how we'll wrap up year end. So kind of fun to think about. It's kind of hard to believe that this year is just flying by so rapidly. So just to remind you guys, don't forget, you can donate to the channel. You guys know I'm going through my next phase of, cancer treatment and all of that, and just trying to do a second leg of fundraising for that, although it's not top priority right now. I just want to remind you that that is available, and I appreciate all of your support. Thank you so much. All right, so I'm going to shuffle the cards. We're going to use the Good Tarot deck. We're going to use the Wisdom of the Oracle deck and my New Moon deck, which is, I know, for some reason I forget what it's called every time. It's the Spirit de Luna, I think that's what it's called. It's this one. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle and we can just talk a little bit. So I've been talking a lot about winter solstice being like a really big time of physical releasing for a lot of you. So I really do feel like anything that you've been wanting to let go of that you haven't been able to let go of, you will be letting go of by winter solstice. This could be for many a job situation, especially one, I have goosebumps, especially a job that might be unraveling right now, or something that might not, like where you're saying, I want to leave, or I've wanted to leave. I feel like you'll muster the strength, or you'll have the means, or there's some reason why you need to leave in December. For some of you, I think you're getting bonuses at the year end. For some of you, it's just an unraveling, and like that'll be the perfect timing. For many of you, you're not taking this into the new year. And I know that this is like a whole group of the collective that is going to go through this, where you're going to shed like a job or job position or some iteration of a job or a work situation. So I see a work situation changing. I also see at winter solstice, looking over the next few months, just a lot more clarity being brought forth into the new year. So that means like much clearer direction. And everything's in your mind right now. Everything's swimming in your mind. So it's not like there's no surprise. I don't see any surprises. I just see that the eclipses, when the eclipses come in December, by the time of the eclipse, I've got crazy kitties. What else is new? If you guys hear anything in the background. By the time of the eclipse in December, these changes and shifts will be happening or will have happened. And trust that it's so that you can bring only the positive energy and only what's in the highest alignment for your soul's path, soul purpose into 2020. 2020 is going to be a really big year, so much brighter year, much happier year. I feel like a much bigger year for actually bringing to fruition the things that we've been dreaming about and wanting to physicalize. It's also going to be a big year for love and alignment with our divine life partners. So whoever that may be, I do feel like a majority of the collective is like lining up for love. So a lot of you have been saying like, I want love, I want to welcome it in, I don't want to wait for my twin, or I don't know if this is my twin. And whatever your situation, I feel like the divine life partner is coming in for you, or there's going to be a solidified commitment with someone who's already been in your life, like a renewal. And we'll see that happen. We'll definitely be seeing that happen into 2020, which I've been talking about for a long time. I've been talking about this since the predictions for 2019. Okay, so we have a lot of earth cards here. Okay, so they're telling us to focus. Keep focusing. It's not time yet for the manifestations, but they're coming. And so I think we need to, they're saying rejuvenate. This is the waning crescent, but they're saying rejuvenate during the waning crescent. So here's the thing about this. You're going to bring some things to fruition at this full moon in Aries, especially with the insurgence of Aries energy, action energy, fire energy. This is especially going to heighten those of you who fall under the fire signs or have fire signs rising in your chart. You are going to really start taking action on the right things, on the things that you want to be there in the future, that you're building for the future. These manifestations are going to come after the full moon, but they're saying it's not all going to come at once. Like, you need to have patience. Like, stop looking at well, why isn't it all here? And how long, why is this taking so long? Like, this is a process. This is a process of blooming and budding what you truly want. And I think that this year has been somewhat really clearing out the clutter, clearing out the aspects of self that are no longer, that we no longer want to take forward into the future, that are not in alignment with our true self or our soul self or our authentic self. These could be situations, karmic situations, aspects of ourself, our personality. And so all that hard work is paying off, they're saying, but don't get your mindset in a tizzy, or like I see some of you like really getting like upset or down because it's not all happening at once, but they're saying it is all happening. You need to rejuvenate your mindset and think about what you're creating, like on a full spectrum. Like this ton of earth, I feel like it's this sort of manifestation energy. You're going to start to see some things manifesting from seeds that you planted earlier this year. You're going to see that stuff manifesting with this full moon in Aries. But you're not going to see all of it because some of it's still being defined. And that stuff that's still being defined, you need to still keep working at. Okay, and that's why we see the Three of Earth here. It's in reverse. with the chopped wood in reverse. That's saying keep working at it. There's still some more work that you need to put in. You can't fully cultivate something that's not fully defined. And I feel like for some of you, you think it's defined, but it's not defined all the way. It's a process of unfolding. So, of course, this is a lunar reading and what popped out, but the moon. So I feel like this is like the resources, the magic that we need to kind of get everything in motion. But they're saying that you have that from within you, okay? With the Queen of Water reigning over this, I feel like it's saying to us, don't let your emotions throw you off kilter. Use the emotions of excitement, this rejuvenation, like this excitement, anticipation. Use that to feed your manifestations, okay? Because there is a groundedness too. It's funny that there's a 9 of Earth card under the moon, under the Queen of Water. So to me, that's saying like, stay grounded, keep your feet on the ground, keep working on what you need to work on, but also let yourself get excited, let yourself get heightened, let yourself look at the bigger picture, okay? There's something big that you're building, and this is where you're needing to surrender a little bit. Okay, this is where you need to surrender to the universe. You might be saying, oh, I put all this work in, you know, I've put all this work in, and, you know, they're not seeing me. They're not seeing it for what it should be. I should be having more notoriety right now, or I should be getting more credit. And they're saying, no, just keep working at it. It might be that you're just needing to surrender a particular situation, a particular way that you've been doing something, especially as pertaining to work, especially as pertaining to your career, fame, honors, reputation, work. I feel like we're needing to surrender how we thought it should go. And I also feel like, you know, in a way we've been like showing ourselves under the mask. So maybe in the wrong position, or in the wrong work situation, or in, you know, in the wrong direction. And not that anything is ever wrong, but I'm saying, when I say wrong, I mean the direction or path that's not in full alignment with your true life path, or your authentic self, or your true gifts. So I feel like this is about chipping away at your true gifts, your authentic gifts, lining those up, grounding those in, dreaming about those, pouring the magic into those, rejuvenating your mindset and having that come to fruition, letting go of the TikTok and all of that. And this is the 30 card, and today is September 30th. So I feel like there's a big reminder to say, today is a reminder, let go of that. When's it going to happen? How is it going to happen? When's it going to happen? Why hasn't it happened yet? It's coming. Just keep working at it. Okay? So, like I said, this Queen of Water, she's telling us to dream. And this is the dream card. And it's the waning gibbous. We had the waxing gibbous up here, surrender. This feels very connected to, instead of letting our emotional waters tie us into, well, why isn't it happening? And this is taking so long, and I feel disappointed. They're saying, let the emotions carry you into a dream state. And look at the colors. They're so similar here, like the turquoise, because that's what they're talking about. They're talking about dreaming, visualizing, and the anticipation, the excitement, getting excited, building the bigger plan, like really looking at the bigger picture at this time. And this could be new ideas coming in on top of the ones that you've already been entertaining or working on. And that's good. Incorporate those too. I definitely get that for some new ideas coming in. Whoops. So we've got Virgo, the healer, is coming in. So this might be that somebody has a Virgo partner coming into their lives, or you could be a Virgo that's going more into your healing capabilities. You could be working with a healer who is going to be helping you. But I feel like this is a helper. It's not just a healer, it's a helper. It's someone who's very practical and pragmatic, but can help you like ground in your ideas and help you maybe learn some things that you need to learn before you're gonna be able to glue together all the puzzle pieces and make that bigger picture come to life. There's another helper healer that's coming in that I feel like is needed for many of you before you're gonna know exactly what your direction is and exactly how that bigger picture is going to unfold. And this is also related to you stepping into your own healing powers, but I feel like it's an outside influence that's coming in. Manifest. So there we go. We have the manifestation energy. And this person or these people are helping you manifest. They're giving you tools that you need so you can carry out this manifestation. See, the 9 of Earth, the 10 of Earth, the Pentacles cards. This is so good. This is about you coming into your manifestation energy. And this is about divine feminine energy. This is divine feminine energy coming in to carry you into a different type of manifesting. So I feel like at this time we're not only working with the fiery energy. See this like reddish color and this fiery color. These fiery energies are coming in at the full moon in Aries, but you're working on how do I take action? How do I balance my masculine energy with my feminine energy? So one thing that's coming to me is the message of let it show you. Like let your ideas show you where to go. Let your path lead you. So this is where the surrender is coming in again. Okay, and I'm sorry, I may have said that was waxing. It's a waning gibbous card. So this is where the surrender is coming in. It's like they're saying rejuvenate, dream, surrender. Let it come to you. Let the idea show you what steps to take. A lot of times when there's nothing happening or we can't see there's never nothing happening. I misspoke. But when we can't see the physical manifestations and we can't see like the things happening behind the scenes, we can't see how the universe is preparing to rise up and meet us. We look at it as dead space. We look at it as disappointment, a lull, nothing's happening is what we think. In that time, if you can go into excitement, dreaming, visualization, taking more of the baby steps, learning more, finding another healer, learning more, chipping away at the work, dreaming about the bigger picture, that allows a certain type of surrender on the pressure that we put in the physical, right? Like looking at the clock, waiting for it to happen. And this could be for twin flames too, or for those of you in like love situations where you've been like waiting for something to happen and it hasn't happened yet. They're like, just take your eyes off of the clock, off of the TikTok. Start to dream about what you want. If it's a big home and a family, if it's the marriage or the partnership, it could be a new work situation or just your divine life mission, like all of that. Just start dreaming about it. This is a great time. I feel like right now, between now and the end of the year, now and the eclipses, is a wonderful time to vision board. Like really vision board, not like just, really intentionally putting your stuff into visual form. Like could be like a Pinterest board, or it could be like, I really see you guys doing it physically, like making a physical board. So it could be clipping things out of a magazine and making a physical board. And I see someone's doing it as like a, what is it called? It's like a like I see someone doing it like as a palette, like you know what I'm talking about, like a design board, like where you're planning out how you want your business to look, or you're branding something, and you're putting all the little things together. And I see like the swatches and like all the ideas that you have. That would be a great thing to do at this time. I see one of you doing that, or some people doing that. I think that's a great exercise. Manifestation power is heightened, but it's up to you and your mentality. So they're saying rest is in order, and I feel like it's giving this a rest, giving this TikTok a rest, giving this, again, this 3 of Earth is like, it's where we've put ourselves out there and maybe haven't got the return, or we haven't been seen for who we are. It's not working the way that we've been doing it. So take a rest from the things that haven't been working. Go to the things that make you feel good, even if they're just baby steps towards the things that make you feel good, right? Like you guys, I was working on a book and a cookbook, and now it's all changing because of what I'm going through. Like I feel the message changing and it being so much deeper, and new things are emerging, new ideas are coming. And some of you, for those of you who have emailed me, or you're like, when's your cookbook coming out? And it's like, it's not coming out yet because everything's changing again. And so as I don't know, I know already, like I'm starting to know exactly what that looks like, and it's starting to gel, but I probably won't have it more gel. Sorry, my little Zoe's in the background. I probably won't have it more cohesive and for a few months or so. So in the meantime, like, okay, well, how can I work on this? Well, I can still keep creating these recipes and posting them on social media, and I can sit down and I can do the branding for the new look, or I can sit down and write out the new recipes as revised from the old ones, right? So it's like, it's chipping away. You might not know all the answers or have the full vision, but it's really looking at the bigger picture. And like there's a message to my little Zoe's here. Oh my God, she's crazy. Look at this fluff. We're gonna put the fluff ball on the cards. Let her grace us with her little poofy presence. She is magical, my Zoe. So she's chiming in with this energy for a reason. I feel like she's a little restless, and this is saying rest. So this might also be restless energy where you're like, oh, I want to do more. But you don't want to spin your wheels. And I feel like right now we need to focus on what the bigger picture, chipping away at that. Not at the mundane, this is what we're stuck in. This is how we've been thinking of things. This is how we've got to keep going on this path or this trajectory, even though it's not fully fulfilling. I got to keep. No, they're saying like the time that you spend in creation energy, Zoe. Sorry, you guys. Zoe, she's like going in my sink. What are you doing, Zoe? The time that we spend in creation energy needs to be allotted to not getting out of the wrong situation, not chipping away at the things that haven't been working. None of that. The time that we spend in creation energy has to be creating the limitless, creating the possibility for our dreams, dreaming, chipping away at new ways of doing things. I really feel like we're finding new ways to approach our bigger visions and bigger dreams. It starts with learning. It starts with self-discovery. It starts with chipping away. It starts with giving yourself permission to brainstorm, to intuit the bigger vision, and then chip away at it. Like, let yourself dream. Let yourself vision board. Okay, so 2 cards just popped out, and it's the twins, Gemini, and Cancer, the nurturer. So it's interesting because I do feel like there's a duality here between wanting to go within and take action. There's a duality with wanting to be practical and needing to take a risk. And I was getting a message last night around, and we'll talk about also that the twins coming up, like the twins is regarding to, like twin flames, but I feel like this is representing duality. And I was getting a message around leap of faith and like really taking a leap at this time. Leaps we often think of as like just jumping off a cliff with no safety, and it's really, really scary, like going on a roller coaster ride and like having that big drop, that like sinking feeling in your belly. But I feel like the big leaps that we're taking right now are really just going to be carried out through baby steps. Big leaps in terms of aligning from within to our true self, adhering to that. In terms of action though, it's baby steps in a new way, in a bolder way, in a different direction, or a new way of doing things. There's a new way of doing things coming through. And it's not the same as the way you've been doing things. And it may be a little more risky. It may be incorporating more of your truth, which I feel is definitely the case. But still, these leaps are going to come as a series of baby steps that add up into, that help you or add up to a big shift or a big leap. And there is a leap coming, like I said, at the end of the year for some of you but it's been a long time coming. There's something unraveling right now. There's something unfolding where you need to nurture yourself. And, the twins also, this duality is like what you don't want and what you do want. Gemini can be a very fickle sign, right? Like, oh, that's not fulfilling me anymore. I'm going to go over here. Oh, that's not fulfilling me. I'm going to go over here. So this is about like really looking at what's going to fulfill you and sustain you for the future. And I think first you need to nurture yourself. You need to nurture your gifts, and you need to look at the ways in which you've been putting in the hard work, but you've not been nurturing those aspects of self that are coming with you into the future. And the truth is the only thing you want to take into 2020 is like your authentic gifts, your authentic alignment, your true self, and what you really, really want to do in a bigger picture sense. Because I feel it's all possible to manifest. Okay? So I'm going to actually put these up here as like advice cards. So I want more clarity on this. This is talking about us basically putting in the work, putting the nose to the grindstone. Like they're saying you need to focus more. But the message I keep getting is the ways we've been showing ourselves either haven't been seen, appreciated, we're not being seen for who we truly are, or we're not walking in alignment with really showing our true gifts. There's something that we're hiding or hiding behind. Some situation we have to extricate ourselves from so we come further into our truth, something like that. So this is the thinker. So they're saying don't overthink it. It's coming up in reverse. Don't overthink this. You know truly what is innately you. You know what makes you tick. You know what your passions are. Like I said, you might be strategizing also your exit to some karmic situation, work situation, something like that. And they're saying like, just surrender to it. Like let it show you what the next steps are. You're poised to make the change. You're poised to shine. You're poised. This is what is going to happen when you start shining your true light. That means who you truly are, really sharing your true gifts, and really letting that carry you. You're poised to shine. Too much thinking is not working. And you could put all the work and effort in to the wrong direction, but it's still not going to get you to the right place. They're saying put the effort and the work in to the things that make you feel good, to the things that are authentically you, to the new way of doing things, not the old way. And the yin energy card just popped out, and higher power. So these look very similar, these cards. I feel like one is a continuation of the other. They're saying let your feminine energy carry you. That's what I was talking about. This manifestation energy is coming from your feminine side. And then they're saying let the higher power rise up and meet you. So as you do that dance where your divine feminine energy is leading in the creation energy, you take inspired action, and then you let the universe or the higher powers rise up and meet you. And that's how the manifestation comes to be. Okay? Let's pull a moon card over here for clarification. So it's Aries, the inspirer. So they're saying with this Aries, and it's interesting because this is an 18 card, Aries, and we have 18, the moon. So it's talking about, you guys see that? 18, 18. So it's talking about this full moon in Aries inspiring us to go for it, to go for it, to go for the bigger picture, to go for that big idea, that bigger path. Like, you're really going to get supercharged towards this. I'm not saying it's going to happen all at once, but I'm saying you're going to really start to take action towards what you truly want. And this is good energy. This is really good energy to carry us through the end of the year for some of these bigger changes that are coming. Let's talk about love. You know, we saw the twins, but again, like, I feel this is duality here. But I feel like there's an undertone of, like I told you guys, there's a lot of you that are lining up with divine life partners coming 2020. A lot of this is being set up now at the end of this year, where we're having twin flame reunions. We're having people, you know, meet synchronistically, and more of that even into early 2020. So let's see. Let's pull from the tarot deck for that. Let's just take a little... So when it comes to love collectively, what's the message from current energies through to end of the year? What are we carrying into 2020? Transformation. And what is this called? Call. I don't know if I've seen this card. I really don't know if I've seen this card. We might have to go pull the book for this. This is the call. So this is coming up in reverse. I want to read this to you. Something's telling me to read it to you. Hold on just a moment. So it's interesting because I've been working with this deck for several years, and I've never seen that card. Okay, so this is your purpose and true prosperity. So this is your calling, and it's only coming up in reverse, you guys, just because you're needing to surrender to the transformation. And this is also saying that, you know, some of you are like, well, why hasn't the partnership happened, or why hasn't the union happened? It's because, like, it's this, you've been undergoing a transformation to get on this true path. And once you're on this true path, the right person at the right time is going to come in and align with you. So a lot of this has been like a setting up, and you needed this time to transform. So call, the purpose of this card is to reaffirm, to help you reaffirm, I have everything I need right now to move forward with purpose. I'm being called into a deeper, more authentic relationship with myself, with my higher power, and with others. I'm here for a reason. I'm required to step forward into my true self, expressing that through my actions. I need to trust that my life has a purpose, that I am enough, and that within me is a divine blueprint that has meaning for myself and others. So this time where you've been in separation, or you've been in between, like a love relationship, I feel like has been to get you aligned with yourself, get you coming home to yourself, healing those wounds around I'm not enough, understanding your true worth. And in all this transforming, right? I know you feel the TikTok. I know that. I know you feel like, oh God, it's taken so long. How much healing more can I do? But you guys are almost in this. Many of you are already doing this, and many of you will be doing more of this, where you're transitioning. Now your transformation has taken place from within. Now you're transitioning into this divine life, true path. You're hearing your true calling, and it's affecting the relationships that you pull in. You're calling in higher relationships. You're calling in soul tribe, and you're calling in the divine life partners through this. This is a call out to that right partner. There's like a clarion call here, I feel. And strength. And these are all major cards that came up for the love. So this is where, you know how I keep saying we're doing things in a new way? This is the same thing when it comes to relationships. This is about our strength coming from a place of self-love, of alignment with our boundaries, right? It's about a more balanced feminine and masculine energy. And this is really going to create those lasting relationships. This 8 card, which is like the infinity. I feel like this strength is magnetizing others who are in healthy balance. I also feel like it's giving you the strength to make the changes that you need in your life, you know, to tame the beast, to tame the lion, to leave the karmic situations, to extricate yourself from things that are where you have the strength to walk away from what's not working so that you can walk towards your truth. And that in itself brings in the right people, the right partners. So it's pretty exciting. The bottom of this deck is the 7 of Air. And these are changes. These are changes that are coming and that you're creating. And I feel like they're really positive. This is you cutting through to a new level in your life. And communicating out in a new way about what that is and who you are. And then taking flight towards it. The bottom of the moon deck is play, which is reminding you to play. Part of that playfulness is how we dream. It's how we explore. It's how we self-discover. It's how we get inspired, right? Playfulness. It's really how we manifest. And playful energy is also movement. And movement is action. But movement and play is inspired action, right? And that can move things in our life. When we're sitting still and we're looking at the clock, it's not the same. They're saying, if you're looking at the clock, go play. Rest. Take a rest from looking at the clock and rest when you need to, but go play. That's what's going to re-inspire you. Bottom of the Wisdom of the Oracle deck is clean it up. So this is talking about, and I got this message earlier when we saw rejuvenate. I said, you got to rejuvenate what's in your headspace. There's been a contradictory energy, and I think it's really around timelines and also being stuck on the, like, what we think we have to do. Like, for some of you, it's like, well, I'll stay here, I'll stay in this comfort zone, or I'll stay in this thing because that's what's safe, and, you know, at least I've got this, and this is comfortable for now. And they're saying, like, right, but if you really want that bigger thing over there, and you keep telling yourself to stay where it's safe, it's incongruent. This is the time where you know you don't want to be somewhere. If you know you don't want to be somewhere, why are you convincing yourself to stay just because it's comfortable, just because it's safe? This is when we're needing to make the leap. We're needing to clean up the inner thoughts and say, look, I know I want to make a change. even though this is comfortable, I know I want to make a change. I know that a change is coming, and I am ready for that change. I'm going to surrender and allow it to come to me. I'm going to dream about the next phase, not worry about the how it's going to happen and let that trip me up. This is where I feel like some of you are like leaving, karmic marriages, you're leaving work situations, you're leaving these types of things, and you already know you want to leave, but you're staying because it's comfortable, or you're staying because you don't want to rock the boat, or you're staying because of the security. But you already know that your truth is on the other side of this. So if that's the case, let yourself clean up your thinking, clean up your thought process. Fully admit your truth to yourself and say, I don't know how, but I'm going to stop clinging to this current situation. I don't know how it's going to get me over there to the other side, but I'm going to be willing to make that leap, and I'm going to let it come to me and unfold. And I'm going to play and rediscover and dream, and I'm going to hear my calling, and I'm going to let life lead me. And I feel like in that unfolding, either you'll be extricated from situations that aren't meant for you, or you will have the courage to leave, the strength to leave, and you're going to be setting up the next phase, the other side, in a really beautiful way. So there's really nothing to worry about. So I hope that that's been helpful for you guys. And like I said, if you guys want to book those readings on a personal level to kind of look into these energies for you personally, you can do so on my website, spiritualmaterialgirl.com. Love you, and I will see you next time. Bye.